We're super glad to have you all here and thank you for coming. We did see that almost all of you had most availability on Tuesdays at 6:30. And if this works for you, we're super glad. And if not, here is the recording if you're watching it later. So what do you guys think about our new logo? Can I get a thumbs up, thumbs down? Say, okay, for sure. Okay, then we'll keep it. Yeah, so that's our new logo. And today we're going to be talking a bit about different cybersecurity fields that you can go into, different careers, and how you can get started today on how to prepare for those. Okay, so first I want us to get started by talking about what is the blue team. Has anyone ever heard like blue team, red team, purple team? Yeah, I see some of you. That's really good. So yeah, so essentially what the blue team is, it's defensive security, hardening services, and operation systems to prevent attackers from gaining access. So think of this as like your defense, right? And then if you have a defense, you also have an offense. Oh, hi. And our offense is, I'm sure you guys can guess it, it's our red team, right? So what does the red team do? So our red team does offensive security. It exploits vulnerabilities to gain access of other team systems or of different companies, right? Any questions so far about any of that? No? Okay, awesome. So what is the purple team? Has anyone heard of the purple team? This is a relatively new concept that they talk about at security conferences. Has anyone heard of a purple team? No? So essentially what the purple team does is it combines with the red team, like what the red team found, and it helps the blue team create a secure system. So it's at this intersection in the middle. So on your red team, you have your offensive, which is vulnerability assessment, penetration test, and social engineering. And these are actual like roles that people have careers in. And then our blue team implements controls, incident response, and secured monitoring. I can give you an example of red team. Like at Black Hat, I met this one girl, and what she does for a living is she hacks into BMWs and Mercedes-Benz, which I thought was super cool. And then blue team, which is defense, which is something we're going to be talking a bit more about that you can learn about, is what you will do at CCDC or related security competitions. And then the purple team in the middle improves the organization's security posture. So it combines both elements.
Yeah, so within our club, we were looking at some different cyber defense competitions that are out there, primarily CCDC because they're geared towards college students, but some other ones you may have heard of would be Cyber Patriot. I know a lot of us participated in that during high school. A lot of these are primarily focused on network defense. So a lot of these can just be defense only competitions like Cyber Patriot, or like Karen has talked about, the blue team, red team, and even like a purple team in some cases.
And so essentially we wanted to highlight like CCDC because you can clearly see the blue team working in action. So how the CCDC runs is you have a red team constantly trying to attack your server, and how it's laid out is you have one person that's a team captain. It's in charge of delegating responsibilities. You're usually going to have two people on Windows operating systems and two people on Linux, which they're in charge of turning on, turning off certain services that shouldn't be on, or different ports. And then another aspect to it is networking. So you get a router and they tell you what to do, and also business index. So one thing that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to cybersecurity is that it's super important and it's part of a business. That's why you see like big consulting firms looking for like students like us, because they want someone with technical knowledge, but also able to talk to their customers and clients. And that's why you see a lot of consultants in cybersecurity. So business index, essentially what they are is when you go into CCDC, they tell you, hey, here's a company, here's their whole infrastructure. I want you to secure it, but also maintaining like if your server goes down, who do you need to talk to about that? How long is it going to go down? So all the business aspects, you will have someone for that as well. And lastly, you want to have a flexible person that can do any of those. So let's say someone gets tired or gets sick, they were partying too hard the night before of nationals, right? You have to have a flexible person that can do any and support the team overall. So that's kind of how you can see like the blue team in action. And at CCDC, something that's really cool about these competitions is that you can get hired on the spot. So this is like sponsored by Raytheon and different companies that are looking for people that go to these competitions because since you're competing in it, you have experience in it, right? And especially in cybersecurity, there's a big gap of qualified professionals. So this is a great way to get involved. But unfortunately, we have passed the registration. But what I was thinking is we can do other competitions similar to CCDC in order to best prepare for when it comes up again. And there's also international competitions similar to CCDC, where you get the opportunity to go abroad. And one thing we think here is the best way to learn is by doing. I can stand up here, we can both stand up here and lecture to you like, this is what this is and this is what that is, but you're not gonna solidify this knowledge unless you do it, right? So we put together how you can learn. So these are different competitions that we are gonna be participating coming soon. So we already missed CCDC, so that's going to be for next semester. But there's also NICCDC, which is the National Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition. There's also CPTC, which is a Global Collegiate Penetration Testing Competition. And that one's the red side, right? Penetration testing is all like finding all the vulnerabilities instead of working on that defensive side, right? Another great place to learn is Hack the Box. So essentially you download like the virtual machine and you find all the vulnerabilities in it. And then you just continue and you get points as you go on. I believe the last time I checked, Hack the Box was free, correct me if I'm wrong. And you can sign up with your Berkeley EDU account. And this is a great place to learn, especially if you're just starting off, because if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of tutorials for free on how to walk through and exploit these vulnerabilities. And yeah, any questions about that?
Oh, good.
The last time I won a hack box was like 3 years ago, and they required like a little challenge to actually sign up for the platform.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, they still do that.
Oh, they still do that?
Yeah, from the last time I went on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you get stuck, there's also a YouTube video on that. So don't feel like, oh no, I can't even get on Hack the Box. But yeah.
You can.
Oh, okay. I was checking to see if I have questions. So another thing that you can do if you don't want to start with Hack the Box and you just want to start exploring different operating systems is you can download an image of the OS, generally in ISO, and then you can install something like VMware, and then install that image and then set up certain critical services like web servers on them. I've personally had a bit of experience with doing that, so if you need any help getting started, feel free to reach out.
No, yeah, I agree 100%, especially if you guys have done like Cyber Patriot in the past, you know, about like getting VMware and things like that. So if not, we can always help. Also remember, we're all a resource for you. And we're looking towards in the future, like maybe doing a Hack the Box all together, because I know when I do things by myself, I get kind of overwhelmed. And so there's actually a beginner to intermediate skill level defense only competition. So this is very blue team like. And if you are interested in competing in this, it's hosted by the University of Buffalo. And a lot of schools are going to go compete. One of them is like Stanford, Cal Poly, all those schools. So if you want to fill out that interest form, let me move this down. And essentially you just have to put your name, your email, and if you're interested or not, or you're considering it. And yeah, so essentially, yes.
So I was just saying, can you move the bar?
Oh, I thought they were all gonna scan it, but you're right.
Oh,
And so essentially it's going to be online, but also in person. So if you don't want to go all the way to the University of Buffalo, we can host it here locally. And just let us know. We want to know how many people want to be on a team. We can randomly assign the team. If you want to like make your own team, just let us know. so we can reach out to the University of Buffalo to accommodate however many people decide to go. Also at the bottom of the form, we included a section where you can suggest other events you want us to do, meaning like hosting a CTF, or like we can all watch Mr. Robot just for bonding. So please make sure to fill that out, even if you're not going, just so we can get a sense. But yeah, super easy, super fast to fill out.
It might seem like we're throwing you guys in like the deep end and like immediately competing without doing any kind of like tutorials or lectures, but this is like one of those things where you really have to like just do it. If you guys, you know, are here at Berkeley, you guys know how to operate here. And that's really honestly like all you need to actually get started. And then along the way, when you guys are working on challenges and stuff, like we'll help you out, you can watch tutorials and stuff. And you know, cybersecurity is a really like, you know, self-starting thing. You know, you really got to learn how to like teach yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would agree with Nigel, but one really awesome resources that you have is us. So if we do get a lot of people interested in doing this competition, we will most likely like have like everyone come to this room on this day, like let's all do it together, because it is a beginner to intermediate. So we can work through those problems together, like setting up and things like that. So don't feel like we're just like, this is what it is and go figure it out. So we're also here to help, and you can also ask each other because you are all very smart. So yeah, don't feel like you're in this alone. You have us, and yeah. And Google. Yeah.
Yeah, just to reiterate on that, if you find any CTF that you think that would be interesting for the group to tackle, or even if you find like a certain question that you did out of CTF and you'd like to talk about it more, we'd be more than happy to have it be covered at a club meeting or another event. So, yeah.
And I think that's all we have for you guys today. So please just make sure to fill out that interest form, and then we'll reach back out to you and randomly assign you a team. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't put it there because I was gonna send it to the people that said they were interested. But yeah, I have the link. If you can also, you could also look up Lockdown B12 University of Buffalo, and I'm sure it'll show up. The only thing is that they accept one team, but we're gonna reach out to them based on the interest and say, oh, Berkeley's sending 2 teams or 3 teams, depending on how many of you guys say yes or no. So yeah. But you can also look it up. It's pretty popular. It's happened like year after year.
If y'all want to get started on some of these challenges, head to Hack the Box. Right now would be a good time to try to register. Complete the registration challenge. We'll be here if you guys can't figure it out, but
Yeah.
definitely like sit on it back home or here.
And there's definitely like other resources like Cybrary. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. Cybrary is pretty good. And yeah, I think they have
there's a
some free stuff.
version and you can look at some free videos.
Yeah, it's like the YouTube for cybersecurity.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, also, if you guys want to get Microsoft certified in security, they're having free certifications right now. I linked that in the Discord if you guys haven't checked that out. Also, RSA College Day. It's super cool. They have a lot of super cool activities. They have tutorials. Companies come out and exhibit like their latest, coolest activities. I went my freshman year, and it was like the CISO from Walmart, the CISO from like what's a Citibank. And so you really get exposure to all these people that really want to promote young people in security. And it's really fun, and it's free, and they give you a lot of free merch and food, I think. And it's not that far. I just took the BART.
Oh,
But yeah, so if you can go to that, definitely would recommend it, especially because it's free and not far. But I do believe it's in the summer, so. But yeah, don't forget about that.
Our savings. like one of the biggest security conferences you have by so it's a very, very good opportunity to go and check it out. It's free for all of you, so